All right. Hi, everybody. We are here with John Green. He's from EON Reality, one of our partners for building the Hornetverse. He's going to walk us through a demo of EON Reality, how you can incorporate these new tools, this new technology into your classroom to whether it's to explain things in more detail, or even getting your students to document certain types of machinery, or whatever. There's the limitless, the uses for this are really kind of limitless, and it's really going to be up to your creativity on how you want to use this in your classroom. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to John, and he's going to give us a demo. All right, thanks, John.
Thank you, Gary, and welcome everyone. Thank you for listening in to our session. My name is John Green. I'm a director of XR experiences at EON Reality. And just as Gary described, I'll be walking you through a demonstration of the platform. So let me go ahead and share my screen. It looks like I need some sharing privileges. And what I'm going to do is walk you through several experiences. I'm going to start out with my mobile device. And here we go. So majority of our learners are connecting directly from their handheld devices, whether it's a cell phone or a tablet. So I'll be walking you through some of these experiences. Again, it's an excellent way to connect to augmented reality. And I'll be showing you all these different modalities. To start out with, you're going to have your very own institutional library of 3D models of experiences, lessons, projects, which you as a faculty member and as an institution will be able to customize and design to fit all the different departments that you are a part of. So here I'm logging into a library and just show you a few examples on how to create experiences. And now I'm logging into my workspace. This could be me as an instructor, a teacher, or even a student could access a specific courses, and you even could assign courses to your students. Or you can do a group project. So lots of different pedagogical applications in this environment. Let me just log into one experience. Let's say, for example, automotive department, and I have to learn about this Honda motor in detail. So let me just show you some of the different modalities. So here we are looking at a 3D model of a Honda motor. What can I do as a viewer of this experience? Well, I can access all of the annotations, the labels, the information, which you as an instructor will be able to put together and design. I can disassemble models and view them individual parts and components. On the right-hand side, I'll be able to access all the course content and the information that you can add to this experience. I can also go to an augmented reality. Now you see a live shot here of the room I'm in, and I can place that motor down in my environment. So your learners will be able to do the same. You can see here I'm in AR mode. I can tap on specific learning portals, which you can bring together, you can design. Here you go. I have different knowledge portals that you can add to this experience, such as a video. You can upload images, PDF documents, and even record your voice or have a computer-generated voice related to the application that you are learning or studying. Also, I can access an assortment of different assessment tools. So if you want to test your learners, put them through a challenge, have them take a quiz, identify certain parts or locations. You can even do what we call a 3D assessment. So I'll show you a quick demo of this 3D assessment.
Follow these following steps. Step 1, remove exhaust manifold.
Okay, now I got to remove the exhaust.
Covered.
Okay, step 2.
And step 3, remove the intake manifold.
Okay, now I got to find the intake manifold.
Now reassemble. First intake manifold.
Okay, let me reverse the order here.
Exhaust manifold. Lastly, add cover.
And lastly there, let's see how well I did. Now you have an automatic feedback on the performance of your learners, how they did according to the recording from the instructor. You have an overall score, time spent, any incorrect steps taken during that procedure, the report will show. You have a completion rate, a spider chart, percentage of incorrect steps. This talks directly to our reporting tool. You'll be able to track performance of your learners in these activities. So I'm just showing one example of the motor, but this applies to any type of 3D model they would have. Let me show you a little bit on the creation process. So how do we put this experience together? I'm going to create experience. I'm going to log in right into the library of 3D models. And as soon as this connects, I will be able to search by a keyword, let's say motherboard. And maybe I'm doing information technology and I want to find a motherboard. Here we go. I found my 3D model. And now you can customize and design this experience to fit your activity. Maybe this is a chapter of a book. Maybe it's a pre-class activity. And here you can assign a category. Here, maybe science technology. I'm going to put this under computer systems. And then I'm going to build my experience. So I'll just walk you through these steps, showing how easy it is to create and add your own content, starting out with a 3D model. So here I have a fresh 3D model, and I can see what annotations already come with that model. Now, let's say, for example, I'm start out with the CPU cooler. I want to go ahead and add content. So now you have all these options here on the right-hand side. You can record your own voice in this section. Say I'm going to record my voice. Now my microphone is open. I'm recording my voice. This could be a specific section on the CPU cooler that I want to record. You can save right there. Come back. You have different options on the audio. I could do a text to speech. I could type in text, and I can type in text in multiple languages. So if you want to create a multilingual lesson, you can select the language, a voice type, and have an audio output in a different language. You can attach a video file. You can come in here and open up, maybe attach a URL. So I'm going to come right in here. Let me grab a video, open up a link. Easy, I can come out, come right back in, and then I could pop in a video right in there, hit save. So you can bring in your YouTube videos, as well as add engaging activities such as I just showed you. I want to add an identify the CPU cooler. I can add a locate, also a quiz where you define the question, potential correct answers. Also, you're able to upload your own documents. This could be a presentation, the course syllabus, a document in PDF goes right into that lesson, as well as an image, JPEG files that can be relevant to the content you are teaching. As you can see how easy it is to create the content, and also to really personalize this, I could do what we call a 3D recording. And you pop right in here. I'll select 3D. And now I can talk about the model. I can pinpoint specific locations. I can isolate parts of that model, drill down into different layers and talk about, for example, here, the heat sink. I can stop the recording. Now, what's great about 3D recording, I can play this back and you can see how the learners will know exactly what I'm looking at.
Parts of that model, drill down into different layers.
So there's a 3D recording where that laser will pop up right on top of that model. Now, as soon as I exit, again, that's saved as an experience. You can come back, continue editing. You can share that experience with your learners. One last experience I want to show on what we call the Metaverse Builder. So I'm going to pop right in here and create the Metaverse Builder experience. Now, as a first step, I will select my AI assistant.
Hi, would you like to create AI-generated our experience? Please choose from the following.
And it's going to walk me through a series of steps and examples. I'm going to start out with a keyword, medical ventilator. Okay, there's the keyword I'm starting out with.
Please select the keywords you wish to use.
Now
You may choose more than one. A medical ventilator.
My AI assistant will bring automatic information related to that keyword into this experience. And then what I can do, I can select the model.
That allows us to explore this subject further.
Pop my model right here in my environment.
Select to explain about the parts or show the process.
And I want to ask the model to explain
This
a
is quick
procedure.
demonstration for the procedure of medical ventilator. Step 1, check all equipment is present and functioning properly. Step 2, prepare the patient by positioning them correctly and securing the airway. Step 3, connect the tube. What would you like to do next?
So
You
just
want to try out some assessments, explore
showing a few of these experiences which you will be able to engage with an artificial intelligence, have my AI assistants. I can ask questions to that AI assistant related to this model. You can see I'll automatically fill the environment full of content and knowledge portals. I also can build and add on to this experience. So I'm going to go over here to the lower right-hand corner, and I'm going to select a different model, intubation. Okay, so now I want to place this medical ventilator inside of a different environment. And what I'll do, I will save this as an experience, come right back in and select multiple models, and then come in here as an editor. And everything you create is saved as an experience. Place this right back in there. There's my model.
You're in edit mode for medical ventilator.
Intubation.
I'm your AI guide.
Okay, so there's
Hi.
2 models now.
You're in mode for medical ventilator. Hi. You're in edit mode for
Now you can see what I've done. There's the medical ventilator that we're working with, and I can place that inside my environment in a location. And now, as you can see, we're inside of a different environment. So the idea is here, you can build and customize your own training environment and experience. You'll be able to add your own content, build experiences, add your quizzes, locate, identify, even have different interactions take place in this environment. So different tools we can add to the experience. Again, you can come in, create a quiz, different assessment portals, and build your own training environment in this location. So that's what we call the Metaverse Builder. Again, working with multiple 3D models. It saves it as an experience right into your workspace. So now let me show you how you can share this experience. Let me go right over to the desktop application. As you can see right there, we have the ability to go from our phone, our tablet, right into your computer, open up a web portal, and you're placed into your library. And all of your experience will be saved into this environment. And what can you do? How can you share this content? Well, we can open up a link. Here's a URL, which you can send to your learners. Even we can download a QR code, and you can have your learners scan a QR code with their phone, places them right into augmented reality in this section. We already have a library of 3D models. However, if you are a content creator, if you know other 3D artists that design their own models, you can import models right into the library. We are compatible with over 40 different file types that you can work with. We also are linked into Sketchfab, which is an outside library that has millions of models available. Just example, I can go to Sketchfab. I can search for specific models. For example, if I want more surgery related, if I want history, here's the Mesa Verde National Park as a model. I can go to the British Museum and find a model here and download the free models and upload it right to the platform. So lots of possibilities in terms of searching for custom content that's related to your specific area of study. Let me pop right in back in here. And we also can connect with a full VR headset environment. So we are compatible with an assortment of different headsets, such as the HTC Vive. We can connect with the MetaQuest headset, also the Magic Leap, which is an AR experience, and also the Microsoft HoloLens. So completely adaptable to any type of device that I mentioned. And in this experience, you're fully immersed in a VR environment, and all those tools, all of the content that you created will immediately be available in a full VR mode. So what's great about this, you don't need any coding, you don't need any special expertise from a technical standpoint. You create the lesson as soon as you hit save, it's available across all these different devices for your learners to experience. We also work with 360 photos, and let me show you a great example from a local partner of ours. And this is a teacher from the anatomy and physiology department at Los Angeles City College. And she wanted to bring content much more dynamic and visual to her classroom. So just basically with a 360 camera, she went to a hospital, took this picture, and brought it into EON. Now, what's great about this exercise, she talks about addressing a challenge. Students do not have time or access to these environments to really get hands-on training experience. It's very difficult for a student to spend time in these environments. But with the 360, we can bring the environment to the student. So in this scenario, the teacher created a case study where students would have to investigate and click on each one of these machinery, these components, based on the information, based on the vitals that were given in this exercise. Students were asked to do an assessment and an evaluation and report back to the instructor on what they found about this particular environment. And in this situation, it was a diabetic patient. So this type of case study scenario could be applied to any type of environment used with a 360 camera. Again, just a really good tool to work with. Very interesting. They shared with us the before and after. Before EON, students were learning about concepts mostly through text and 2D images, reading about processes. Well, now with EON, we can bring it to life. We can put students in those locations, have them make decisions, make their own evaluations, bridging that gap between the theoretical and the real world knowledge. So that's a great tool to look at, see how it applies to your area. Another good concept here is the ability to scale. So this teacher in chemistry thought this was a great tool because on the left-hand side, I think we all have memorizing the Lewis structure and how things connect together, but now we can make it much more visual, perhaps with items we can't see with the naked eye, but now we can scale that. I can bring this molecule to a baseball field and scale it to size and have learners come with their cell phones and take it apart, put it back together, and really understand visually how things are constructed, put together. And this is an excellent way here by scaling models up or down. So that's even an ability we can do. Also, scanning. Here are great examples. If you don't find the model you're looking for, we always can scan a model. And here I went to a museum, and through several different apps that we can use, such as Scaniverse, Polyscan, we can scan different real-world environments, save that scan as a 3D model, and now we can upload that into the platform. For example, here's my model that we're looking at, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to place it next to the real-world object, and I can align that model and place it right on top of the actual world. And now what I'm doing, I am connecting, bridging the digital world with the real world. And I'm out in the world exploring, investigating. I'm able to add all my knowledge portals on the real world environment and have that be an interactive experience. Here, for example, a cockpit, and I'm aligning the model to the real world. You can see the LiDAR technology mapping out the environment, and that allows me to build content right on top of the actual world. Again, very good tool to be out in the real world, scanning objects. There's a Boeing airplane. There's a landing gear that, in this example, I'm scanning and I'm creating a digital twin of the landing gear, which I could save it, upload it to EON. And here I took a picture of this environment, and it brings back visual matches of what I'm looking at. Just another tool that learners will be able to use. And then I'll also want to show you what we call spatial meetings, the ability to collaborate with your students in real time inside of these environments. So with spatial meetings, here you'll be able to do, we partnered with Ready Player Me, where you'll build and customize your own avatar. So students, teachers can build and have assortment of different avatars. Who will you be in this environment? You select the environment, and what you can do, you can invite your learners right into the space and have a collaborative, interactive session. You can see the names of the students that have logged in, very much like a Zoom in 3D. And there's an audio component. You can have a live conversation. You can be located anywhere in the world, connect to these environments, even invite industry experts to come and maybe present to your students. We had a pilot come inside of a cockpit and show us a startup procedure of a plane. So lots of interesting ways here you can apply it, make it fun and educational. You can scan. Here's a tractor that was scanned. You can bring it in. You can meet around that object. I can be in a lab environment, grab tools and equipment, move that around. It could be even an object, for example, a heart, and we could meet around that heart. There are ruins from Mesa Verde, historical landmarks. So lots of engaging ways here we can connect and make this collaborative experience. Great. Well, from my side, that's what I wanted to show you, how you can access the platform. And once you have your license, you'll be able to log in, access your library, create experiences using 3D models or 360 images. You can share those experiences with faculty members, with your students. You can upload custom models into the environment. And you can also share these experiences and collaborate in what we call the spatial meeting environment. So Gary, I'll hand it back to you if you have any questions about this tool or this process.
Great. John, one of the things I'm thinking about is, as instructors look at this and go, wow, I've never used any of these technologies. How much experience or just even use of technology do you think an instructor needs to have to be able to be off and running pretty quickly in their classroom?
Sure. What's great about this, the instructors already have the content, and I've implemented this across the world, and you already having expertise in your subject area. I equate it very much to like putting a PowerPoint together. We offer an education course, which is about 2 different sessions, 4 hours total. And right after that course, educators are up and running already. So just learning how to put these concepts together, just like I did with the motherboard, how to add content. Once you learn those buttons, I've seen educators are good to go in terms of creating content and bringing information in relevant to those areas. So it doesn't take a lot of training. I equate it to putting a PowerPoint together, a 3D PowerPoint. So, and we'll fully support, we have teams at EON that can support with training, with also from a pedagogical, and help you find those right assets that are applicable to your area of expertise.
Great. All right. Well, thanks for sharing. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Gary. And again, we're looking forward to working with you shortly. And so we'll soon reach out and set up those next steps in terms of training faculty on the platform.
Right. So everybody that's watching this, if you are interested in being part of building the Hornetverse, right, which is partially AR, AI, and VR, right? So get in contact with me. We'll be setting up sessions, training sessions, to really go in detail how to use the technology and hopefully bring some new life and some new energy to your classes. As this technology just grows, and it seems like it's growing very fast at this point. So, and I love it that there's just already so many models and experiences already out there. So we're kind of off and running pretty quickly. All right. Thanks, John.
Great. Thanks, Gary.